What's up, everybody? Hey, Butter. Yep, 2 minutes late. Better late than never, though. I had to change the. Sometimes when I go to schedule a stream, the thumbnail that I originally use ends up disappearing, and I have to resubmit it. And it took me 2 minutes to do, but I promise you, I was at my computer. I was ready to go at 6. I just had to take care of that. But in the meantime, we are going to continue our Pokemon Tabletop session. Excuse me. To recap last week, the team took down the rampaging Scyther. No, the whole thing's not going to be the tournament. The tournament's going to be in the second half, in the second hour. The first hour is going to be like doing whatever you want, if you want to grind or whatever. Yes, if you lose, you could go along with your day. It's not going to take the whole session. Pasco's the first one to rise. When Pasco wakes up, he gets a text message from the professor saying that his hook shot is ready to be picked up. Excuse me, I had to blow my nose. So, Butter, I was actually going to have him be at the place where the tournament's taking place as a special guest there. But before we do anything, we need to check on the weather. If the weather's too bad, there might not even be a tournament. So we're going to go ahead and do a weather roll. And the weather says 16, 16, 16. What is it? Weather is an overcast. Pokemon act more sluggishly. Well, some Pokemon might fall asleep during this. But other than that, it doesn't really affect the overworld that much. Sunny Day's not going to do well. Solar Beam's going to take next return. So it looks like it's going to rain, but it's not actually going to rain in the game. I was playing Pokemon Go today as well. I did not do well as far as any raids. There just weren't enough people to raid. I tried a Palkia raid today. Did not go well. I attempted to catch an Azelf. It ran away from me, of course. Kristen, however, got a shiny Azelf, just like you did it. So congratulations on that. No, I'm an idiot. I forgot to do that. I just totally, because you just told me now, I was like, damn it. I completely forgot. Because I read up all on the information yesterday. So I'm a dumb swamp. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get things rolling. So the tournament is taking place at the Apollo Park. So as you arrive there, you do see people set up. Oh, good. Good job, Butter. And you do see your brother Maroon there talking to some staff members of the Pokemon League. Maroon waves the staff members off and he sees Pasco. He's like, "Hey, little brother, how's it going? How's this new group that you're with? I heard you guys have done some good things already." We go ahead and play some music. Is the music too loud? Hey, Barnabas. If you are playing today, in the next hour, there's going to be a doubles tournament. So the way it's gonna work, Barnabas, is it's gonna be just one trainer versus one trainer, and you get to use two Pokemon apiece, like a double battle. So it's gonna be 2-on-2, two of your own Pokemon versus two of your opponent's Pokemon, just like the Blueberry Academy. Yeah, it's okay. I know it's kind of sometimes it's when it's being translated to tabletop, it's not as like concrete. Um, the weather is there's an overcast, so there's nothing going on really. Pokemon will be more sluggish. Um, the sun is out, but it's behind a bunch of clouds. And Maroon is Pasco's brother, and he is a special guest at the tournament. He will be help judging and hosting the battles. Maroons wants to is interested to see Pasco's starter. And then Maroon tells Pasco that um, one of his proteges is competing in the tourney today. Excuse me. Her name is Polly. 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 Oh, I got a Amber Alert. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. So what brings you to the park early? We don't start battling for 45 minutes. Well, I'd love to stay and catch up, but I gotta get back to getting things ready for the tournament. If you're participating, I can't wait to see what you got to offer. Later, bro. And with that, Maroon walks off into the tent. Barnabas, were you here last week? Okay, I thought you weren't. So because you're here this week, I need to pay you for your Africa. Um, your $300. You now have $410, Barnabas. Pasco says, when I decided to move here for the PCP, he wanted to come along. He was always trying to prove himself to Opal when we were in Galar, but then she saw Bede or Beatty. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Beatty or Bede? Then when I mentioned the PPC, he discovered a gym leader here was quitting. He was rich, but he got a grappling hook. Beatty, got it. My Sinotaur was I didn't do so well. I did not catch his elf, and I forgot to screenshot it. I tried to battle Palkia. We didn't have enough people to do it. There was 3 people there. In the Galar Games, Opal is retiring, and she passes the gym on to Beatty. So Professor Gear finds Pasco and gives him the grappling hook. Oh, that's good to know. It's good to know, Barnabas. I'll have to give that a shot. I bet it is. After explaining and showing Pasco how to use the grappling hook, the professor says if he gets $500 total donation, he can either craft a flamethrower or a high-powered water hose. Pasco's going to the mall for some Pokeballs. And on the way, you're going to take some photos of Pokemon. So perception check on the way. Okay, let's do some perception check for Pokemon in the city. 19. As you're walking from the Polo Park to the mall, You hear Barnabas follows. Gotcha. You hear a ringing sound. And casually floating in the breeze is a Chimeco. It's not sharp. Chimeco, a relaxed Chimeco. You go to take a picture. All right, the picture will succeed because the Chimeco is relaxed and there's an overcast, so it's almost asleep, but not quite. On a 1, it'll fail. All right, picture taken successfully. Let's look what you got as far as Pokeballs go. Pasco, you have 1 Premier Ball and 1 Great Ball. Okay. What ball are you using? Premier or Great? If you use a Premier Ball, the catch rate is 50. If you use a Great Ball, the catch rate is 60. All right. Great Ball being used. Go ahead and get rid of it. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you get a 20, well, I think you catch it regardless. Yep, you got it. It's a good thing you didn't use the Premier Ball. The Chimeco is in the Pokeball, and you have caught it. Would you like to give the Chimeco a nickname? It is a male. Ring doorbell. Level 5. Barnabas sees Pasco catch the Chimeco. Barnabas does a perception check. 9. You don't see any Pokemon, but you see that somebody had dropped some cash. You find $10 on the ground. Do you pick it up? Do you pick up the $10? Okay. You don't know it's there, Butter. You're headed to the mall. Barnabas is behind you. If he tells you about it, then you'll have knowledge of it and you'll be able to interact with it. So you arrive at the mall. You do see a lot of other um, stores being shopped readily. There are a lot of people excited about the doubles tournament that's happening. Food places are getting ready to cater to there. Where would you like to go in the mall? This is for both of you. You're both at the mall now. Barney's Morals, running people over. Thumbs up, taking $10 off before thumbs down. That's funny. All right, at the Pokeball shop, $10 per ball. How many would you like? You have $395. Five, so $50. You now have 345. Hey, Lunder. Barnabas, are you buying anything? Pray would thou bless me with the knowledge of how many Pokeballs. Oh, gotcha. You have 9 Pokeballs, 1 Nugget, and 1 Potion in your inventory. Oh, great balls aren't for sale yet. You have to have one badge for the great balls to be unlocked. Right now, you can only just buy regular Pokeballs. Gotcha. Where are you guys going from there? Also, let me review the Pokemon you all have with you and such. Barnabas, you have your level 4 Noodle, your level 4 Shiny Tailo, your level 2 Honedge Saber, your level 4 Nimpup Floof, your level 3 Chimchar, and then you have Blitzel and Purloin back at the farm. Yeah, the places you could visit are all in the Discord here. Polo Park's where the tournament's happening. Then there's Cedar Lakes. Entry fees $10 per person. The beach is far away. It would take some time to get there. You can't go here yet. There's a Rainbow Springs Park. You could either go the river route or the forest route. That's $5 per person. Then there's the Ash Fields. Um, doesn't cost anything to go to, but it could be somewhat dangerous. Then the farm, and that's it for now. Are you trying to say Bikini Bottom butter? Okie dokie. You go to Rainbow Springs, and you're choosing the Forest Trail. You're following, you're going to the woods with Barnabas Pasco. It's $5 per person. So that'll be $5 off Barnabas, giving him 405. Pasco's asking Barnabas if he wants to cover his $5 entry fee. All right, Barnabas has paid both down to $400. And you are now have access to the forest park. Let's see what Pokemon you guys will see. We got a 4. That gives us one wild Zigzagoon with an impish nature. The Zigzagoon is digging through a open bag of chips that somebody had littered in the area. He is sniffing in the bag. All right, let's go for the photo shot. Succeed. You have successfully taken a photo of the Zigzagoon. Barnabas, do you approach the Zigzagoon or do you move on? Pascal, you're leaving to go to the gym? Okay, as Pascal makes his way towards the gym, Barnabas, are you moving deeper into the forest? Okay. You notice that a lot of the forest has been cut down. As you go deeper into the forest, you make out a phantom. It's a gentle nature. The phantom kind of looks sad. He is slowly wisping around, circling an area that has where a lot of trees have fallen down and been cut. Pasco makes his way to the gym. Leah's assistant asks for the camera so they can study the photos and see what you got. All right, as they put the camera in, they connect it to the computer and they bring up the photos of the rampaging Scyther, the Chimeco, and the Zigzagoon with his head in the bag of chips. Leah's eyes sparkle as she's looking at the photos. She's like, "These are wonderful. I love them. The drama, the action, the innocence." She pulls out a brand new camera and hands it to Pasco. She's like, "Here, you've warmed my heart so much. Here's a camera. You can take as many photos as you want with it. I don't know if it'll ever come in handy for your adventure, but I do think that you have a knack for photography. So you have one camera that you get to keep now in your inventory." And with that, are you ready to battle me? I need to go over the rules. Sorry to hear that, London. Alright, since I am your first opponent, I will be using two Pokemon against you. You can use up to six, as many. It's a regular one-on-one battle. Let's begin. Barnabas, are you leaving the Phantom alone and going deeper into the forest, or are you going to interact with it? In the meantime, we got Leia sends out her first Pokemon, Mudbray. The Phantom goes up to Barnabas and stares at him with curiosity, turns his head to the side. Alright, Mudbray gets to go first. Mudbray uses Bulldoze on Fart the Second. It hits. Decent damage. And Fart the Second's speed goes down by 1 level for the battle. This puts him at 7 out of 12 health. Fart the Second uses Astonish. It hits. Mudbray stamina triggers. His defense goes up by 1 level. Since Fart the Second went last, the flinch effect does not trigger. Mudbray uses Bulldoze again. It hits. Minimal damage. Fart the Second's health goes down to 4 out of 12. And his speed goes down again. And then it's Fart the Second's turn. He has Astonish, Protect, and Haze. Alright, Star has Tackle, Mudshot, and Tail Whip. You use the turn to switch. So Mudbray goes again, uses Bulldoze. Succeeds. Big damage to Star. Star has 7 out of 15 health left. And has Tackle, Mudshot, and Tail Whip. Mudshot is a special attack move. Mudshot is a special attack move. It is a ground type. And it lowers the target's speed stat by 1 level. You use Mudshot. Alright. Succeeds. Regular damage. Mudbray's speed goes down by 1 level. Mudbray takes the hit. Stamina doesn't trigger because it was not a physical attack. Mudbray uses Bulldoze once again. Succeeds. Star has 1 out of 15 health left. Mudshot again. Succeeds. Minimal damage. Mudbray's speed goes down by 1 again. Mudbray uses Bulldoze. And it misses. Back to start. Star got lucky. Did not get hit with that last bulldoze. Mud shot once again. It succeeds. Minimal damage. Mudbray goes to use Stomp. Succeeds. Minimal damage, but Star was at 1 health, so Star faints. Next Pokemon. Noble. Noble gets to move first because of the speed reductions from Mudbray. You have Ember, Leer, Astonish, and Clear Smog. If you use Clear Smog, it will reset all the stat changes that were in the battle. Ember's Fire, Clear Smog's Poison, Astonish is Ghost. Ember succeeds. Mudbray is hit with it and is burned. Mudbray goes to use Bulldoze. Succeeds. It's super effective against Charcadet or Noble, but because of the burn, it does half the damage. So Noble has 6 out of 12 health left. And Noble gets to go again. Mudbray takes burn damage and is starting to weaken. Astonish. See if it hits. Succeeds. Did not trigger flinching. Mudbray gets hit by it. Mudbray goes to use Bulldoze again. Succeeds. Super effective. Noble has 1 out of 12 health left. Mudbray takes burn damage and is starting to really look bad. One last Astonish for the road. Succeeds. Flinch triggers. Stamina triggers. Mudbray takes burn damage, and Mudbray faints. Fart the second levels up to level 7. What stat would you like to increase on Fart the second? Anything except for special attack. Shall increase defense. He has now a defense of 7. Noble levels up to level 9. What stat would you like to increase on Noble? Special attack. Bullet now has a special attack of 7. Leah sends out her next and final Pokemon. Ponyta. You're switching to Joy Boy. Ponyta gets to go first and uses Flame Charge. Succeeds. Minimal damage to Joy Boy, and Ponyta's speed goes up by 1 level. Joy Boy has 11 out of 12 health left. Water Gun on Ponyta. Succeeds. Minimal damage, super effective. Steam goes off of Ponyta's body as it gets hit with the water gun. Leah's like, yeah, I know, but I wanted to make sure I always get the first move so I can do this to you. Stomp. Succeeds. Does it flinch? Flinch does not trigger. Joy Boy's turn. Water gun. Succeeds. Decent damage, super effective. Ponyta's fire is not burning as bright anymore. Ponyta uses Stomp. Succeeds. No flinch trigger. Leah takes off her hat and starts waving it. Well, I guess that's just how it is. Sometimes the camera doesn't always focus when you want it to. Joy Boy's turn. Hey Vahid, how are you? Water gun. Succeeds. Massive damage, super effective. The Ponyta faints. Leah recalls her Pokemon and claps. Congratulations. You have won the Equine badge. Joy Boy goes to level 9. Leah bows to you and says, "Good battle, sir." You get to raise 2 of Joy Boy. You get to raise any stat of Joy Boy by 2. That's funny, Barnabas. So you can raise any stat by 2, or you can spread it out as however you want. One for speed and one for attack. He now has a speed of 10, making him the fastest Pokemon that anyone has right now. And physical attack to 4. You yourself also go to level 6. What stat of your own would you like to raise? Wisdom. You now have a wisdom of 4. In addition to the equine badge, I also offer you these prizes. You now have the TMs for both Bulldoze and Flame Charge. So you'll be able to teach Flame Charge and Bulldoze to any Pokemon that can learn it. Wooper can learn Bulldoze. Charcadet can learn Flame Charge. Tepig could learn both, but he's on the farm. So Star can learn, and the TMs you can use more than once. They're not disposable in this game. All right, Wooper now has Bulldoze, or Star has Bulldoze, and Charcadet has Flame Charge. Leah takes a selfie with you as she gives you the badge and the TMs and congratulates your victory. Also, with your first gym badge, you can now purchase Great Balls at the Pokemon stores. Let's see. I know the one is, I know Auspicious Armor, but I can never remember the name of the item that evolves him. To Ceruledge. Malicious Armor. Got it. Thank you, Barnabas. Okay, if you guys want to join the double battle tournament, it is optional. But I need to know now if you are. Yeah, you could get Great Balls in the. Oh, no. No, it's not at the mall. It's like that kind of armor and stuff is like an artifact. Yeah, the prize is a trio of TMs. for fire pledge, water pledge, and grass pledge. Winner of the tournament gets those 3 TMs. Pasco is signed up. Okay, Barnabas, we'll continue your I know we were focusing on Pasco for a while, so Pasco, I assume you're gonna want to heal your Pokemon before you do the battle. So we're gonna focus on Barnabas for the next few minutes. Congratulations once again to you, Pasco, for your first gym victory. Nope, it's going to start immediately. If you meet up with Barnabas, you'll miss the tournament. You have to head if you want to play in the tournament, you have to go like right there, right now. So we're gonna be with Barnabas and the Ghost. Where'd my mouse go? I lost my mouse cursor. There it is. We'll go back to Phantom because that's what Barnabas was doing. Were you going to move on, or were you going to do anything with the Phantom, Barnabas? All right. The next section of the forest has seen better days. A lot of the trees have been cut down. It looks like there was a massive battle there. There's a lot of scattered logs and branches. Perception check, excuse me. 9. Okay. We got a wild not to. Uh-oh. Are we going to get a shiny? Because we got 20. Let's see if we're going to get a shiny again. Oh, almost. But no. It's a naive not to. The not to's pecking at the ground, hopping around. Doot, 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 doot. Almost goes at your feet, completely oblivious of you being there. Keep moving. The next section of the forest intersects with the river, so there's pools of water to the left and to the right of you. Cypress trees are growing out of the ground. Oh, you got 20 on the perception check. Let's see what that gives you. All right. Hanging upside down from one of the branches is a wild swoobat. It is asleep. Moving on. The next part of the forest is where it's familiar. It's a familiar place. It has a. There was a giant log that had fallen that you guys were able to cut through and destroy. But the grass is growing. You notice the grass is growing higher as you go deeper. To uh, what is that thing's name? Did I get that right? Scuttlebug? No. Oh yeah, Scatterbug. I can't believe I forgot his name. You see a wild scatterbug. It's a naughty nature. As you move by, the scatterbug uses string shot on you. So the webbing hit or the string shot hits you. You now are slightly impeded in your walking, but you have some silk in your inventory from being hit with the string shot. So I'll put 1 thing of silk in your inventory. While you take time to get the string shot off of you, we're going to go back to Pasco. He is in Apollo Park. He is entering. Pasco's brother, Maroon, is up on the stage welcoming all the trainers. He says 8 trainers will be competing tonight. He says you can use up to 3 Pokemon in this battle. It is 2 versus 2, doubles. The 3 Pokemon that you use don't have to be the same in every battle. You can change them out, but you can only use 3 each battle. And now let's introduce the contestants. Maroon introduces his younger brother, Pasco, his protege, Polly. Polly's dressed as just like a lass, but she has a little froggy purse, a Poliwag purse. Sax, saxophone player and shiny collector. Butter. Gabriel from Team Cross. Pasco, you recognize him as the younger member of Team Cross that you met in the castle who tried to vanquish Fart the Second. Youngster Joey is contestant number 5. Contestant number 6 is Old Man Professor Gear. Contestant number 7 is Fisherman Jacob. And contestant number 8 is Explorer Pete. Gabriel does recognize Pasco, and he gives you a sneering look of disapproval, holding his nose up in the air with disgust. Now, let us see who will be facing who. Pasco, your dice roll will be number 1. So contestant number 6 was the professor. He'll be up against. Oh, he's up against you, Pasco. So the first match, Pasco versus Professor Gear. Then we got Explorer Pete against Polly. Then we already rolled that. Joey versus give me a number I haven't rolled yet. There we go. Joey versus Jacob. And that leaves Sax versus Gabriel. Yep, that is the professor that gave you the grappling hook. All right, for this battle, Pasco, what 3 Pokemon are you using, and who will be out first? Which 2 will be sent out first, and who will you have in reserve? While you decide that, we're gonna go back to Barnabas. Barnabas, the next section is covered in tall grass that goes higher than you, vines, mushrooms. It is a very, very verdant section. You're using Joy, Noble, and Fart the second. Perception check for Barnabas. 17. So on the ground, you find a nest ball. And next to the nest ball, whoops, wrong one. I swear I can type. Oh, there he is. He's a toad school. It's a careful nature. And it's next to a nest ball. How do you react? You'll be grinding some gears. The toad school sees that Barnabas is approaching and carefully stands up tall on its 2 little sprout legs and slowly walks backwards. Okay, so you successfully grab the nest ball. As you grab the next ball, the toad school attempts to flee. But the toad school attempts to flee, but doesn't move fast enough. You can make one action against it before it successfully flees. All right, you got a nest ball. Ouch. In this game, nest balls have very good catch rates on Pokemon that have not evolved yet. If you use a nest ball against a legendary or a Pokemon that doesn't evolve or has already evolved, it'll be just like a regular Pokeball. Okay, Pasco, ready for your first battle? It will go on. Professor puts his glasses up and says, "Oh, my boy Pasco, how fate has really put us together in more ways than one. Almost like a machine, but sometimes two parts of the machine don't get along, and that causes the whole thing to malfunction." The professor sends out Clink, and Tynamo. Who's fighting alongside Noble? Bart the second? Okay. Let's see what we got. You're sending Joy out with Noble? Okay, Joy gets to go first. Joy is the fastest of the four. Water gun on Tynamo. Succeeds. Decent damage. Tynamo takes the hit. Tynamo uses Spark on Joy. Succeeds. Massive damage. Super effective. Joy goes down to 2 health. And does not get paralyzed. Char's turn, or Noble's turn. What will Noble do? Flame charge. Succeeds. Small damage, but it's super effective. Noble speed goes up by 1. Clink uses Thunder Shock on Joy Boy. Succeeds. Super effective. Joy Boy faints. Professor rubs his glasses with his lab coat. Sorry to do that to you, my friend. But sometimes you gotta make some sacrifices in the pursuit of technology. Alright, out comes Fart the Second. Noble gets the first move. Flame charge on Clink. It hits. Super effective. Once again, another level raised on for speed on Noble, and Clink faints. Part the Second goes to level 8 and learns Nightshade. Nightshade will always deal damage equal to the Pokemon's level to the target. It just does not work on normal type Pokemon because it is a ghost mode. What stat do you raise on Fart the Second? Special attack goes to 5. Dynamo uses Spark on Noble. It hits. Big damage. Spark is now paralyzed. Or I should say Noble is now paralyzed. Noble has 8 out of 12 health left. Fart the Second's turn. The professor sends out Litwick. So Dynamo and Litwick. Astonish on Litwick. Hits. Super effective. No flinching. Because of the paralysis, Dynamo gets to go first. Dynamo uses Spark on Fart the Second. It misses. Litwick uses Ember on Fart the Second. It hits. Small damage. No burn. Part the second has 10 out of 12 health left. Okay, now it will go Noble and then part the second. Noble's got to roll to see if it gets paralyzed. Noble gets paralyzed and cannot move. So Fart the second's turn. Astonish on Litwick. It hits. Good damage. Litwick flinches. Dynamo uses Spark on Fart the second. It hits. Regular damage does not trigger paralysis. Noble's turn. Noble gets to move. The paralysis does not trigger. Nightshade. Alright. It hits. Litwick faints. Noble goes up to level 10. Oh, on Dynamo? Oh, you said little fish. I just saw the LI, so I thought Litwick. Okay, Dynamo gets hit with the Nightshade. Fart the second gets to go again. Okay, Litwick faints. And Noble goes to level 10 this time. Dynamo uses Spark on Fart the second. It hits. Paralysis. Minimal damage, but Yamask is now paralyzed. So both your Pokemon are paralyzed. Fart the second has 8 out of 12 health left. And Noble has 9 out of 12 health left. Let's see about the paralysis triggers for both pokes. For Noble, Noble gets paralyzed. And Fart the second gets to move. Hey, Slick Jib. Astonish. See if Astonish hits. If I can get the die roller to work for whatever reason. Succeeds. No flinching. Dynamo uses Spark on Fart the Second. It hits. Fart the Second has 7 out of 12 health left. Let's look for paralysis on Noble. Noble can move. Fart the Second's paralysis. Alright, only Noble can move on this turn. Flame Charge. It hits. Decent damage. Noble's speed goes up by 1. Dynamo uses Spark on Fart the Second. It hits. Minimal damage. Fart the Second has 5 out of 12 health left. Let's see the paralysis triggers for both. Both your team is paralyzed. Dynamo uses Spark again on Fart the Second. Hits. Fart the Second has 3 out of 12 health left. Paralysis triggers again for both. Fart the Second gets to move. Noble's paralyzed. Astonish hits. Dynamo faints. Pasco wins the battle. Fart the Second goes to level 9. What stat do you want to increase on Fart the Second? I'm going to go a little bit past 8. Speed. He now has a speed of 6. Everybody's Pokemon gets healed after the battle. Professor shakes Pasco's hand. Well done, lad. Well done. Professor said, I guess sometimes science gets taken out by the creativity of life. Alright, I'm going to roll to see who wins between Pete and Polly. On a 1, Pete wins. On a 2, Polly wins. Polly wins. So Pasco will face Polly on the next round. Alright, okay, I should say on a 1 or 2, Joey. On a 3 or 4, Jacob. Jacob wins against Joey. Then let's see, Sax versus Gabriel. On a 1 or 2, Sax wins. On a 3 or 4, Gabriel wins. Sax beats Gabriel. Okay, so when we go back to Pasco, he will be facing Polly. I was hoping for Gabriel to win that as well. But unfortunately, you won't get to battle him. Them's the dice. Okay, Barnabas. Um, the next part of the forest that you're in kind of goes into like a crater, um, or I should say, it is kind of like a large crater. You are descending down, and the air is cooler in this little valley. There's pine needles, pine trees all over the place. It is slightly colder than the rest of the forest. Gabriel clenches his fists and says, "Don't you act all high and mighty," and then walks out. Perception check. 19. Walking along the trail, you see a wild Frigibax. It looks like it just woke up from a nap. The Frigibax kind of rubs its eyes and looks at Barnabas, and then yawns. Do you do anything further to it? Do you battle? Try to catch? Alright, your charisma's 5. Let's see. Need a 15 or higher for this to succeed. Alright. The Frigiback slowly gets up and pats your hand like a little high five. The Frigibax yawns and plops down on his butt and starting to snore. All right, that's going to be 100% catch rate because he is asleep and it hasn't evolved yet. So let's see if it's a boy or a girl. It is a boy. Would you like to name the Frigibats? And Icicle. Relaxed nature. Relaxed nature. And he is level 5. All right. Do you move on deeper into the forest? The next section of the forest, you're out of the cold canyon, and it's the forest levels itself out. You do notice that there are tree stumps and rocks that have claw marks and fist marks, and like something was cutting each area there recently. Excuse 18. A wild Scrafty appears. Unfortunately, he is leaving. He is not sticking around. If you want to chase him, you would end up forfeiting the tournament. The Scrafty goes to headbutt you, but his skin falls down to his ankles, causing him to trip, and he falls on his face. He's embarrassed. He pulls up his skin pants and runs away. Hey, Austin. Hello. The ground underneath you as you're walking starts to sink in a little bit. You're entering a swampy area of the forest now. It is muddy, very humid, and the path is getting a little bit harder to traverse. I mean, I don't know what else to call him because, like, he's supposed to. That's how he holds his skin like a hoodie and pants, right? Perception check. You getting some good rolls for perception tonight. In this area, you've come across a Paldean Whooper. It's a sassy nature. I like how the Pokemon website gives him the like shocked Pikachu meme facial expression. Your your shoes sink into the mud now, and it's harder to traverse through the swamp. But eventually, you make it out until the area kind of opens up. The trees aren't as around anymore, and it's now a bunch like a sandy dirt trail, sandy dirt road is ahead of you. At this point, we will go back to Pasco, and he's going to have his battle with Polly. All right, so which three Pokemon are you bringing to this battle, Pasco? As Polly walks up and shakes your hand, same ones? Okay. Polly shakes your hand and says, "It's an honor to meet my master's brother. He talks so much about you and all the adventures that you've had over in the Galar region. Like your daddy, she's madly powerful. She's full of potential that I could guide. I concur. Stick with her. Go beyond the winning side." All right. Back to the matter at hand. She sends out. I don't know if I'm spelling this correct. Oh, thank you, autofill. She sends out Krogunk and Timpole. Joy Boy is the fastest, so he can go first. Joy gets the first move. Water gun, hypnosis, and pound. Pound on temple. Gotcha. Succeeds. Decent damage to temple. Temple uses echoed voice on Joy. Succeeds. Minor damage. Joy's got 10 out of 12 health left. Krogunk uses Poison Sting on Joy. Succeeds. Minimal damage. Does not poison. Part the second's turn. Stunish on Krogunk. Succeeds. Massive damage. Does it? Well, he went last, so flinching isn't going to happen. Back to Joy. Do I use Pound and Temple? I did. I love frogs. They make me jump with joy. Big damage on Temple. Temple uses Echoed Voice on Joy. Succeeds. Minimal damage. Echo Voice's power increases with each use. Joy has 8 out of 12 health left. Krogunk uses Poison Sting on Fart the Second. Succeeds. It's not very effective, but Fart the Second is poisoned. Fart the Second gets to move. Nightshade on Krogunk. Alright, Krogunk gets hit with it. Back to Joy. Pound on Temple. Succeeds. Decent damage. Temple faints. Krogan uses Poison Sting on Joy. Critical hit. Minimal damage. Joy is now poisoned. Joy has 5 out of 12 health left. Fart the second gets to make a move, and then she'll throw out her next Pokemon. What is Fart the second doing? Switch out Joy for Noble. Alright. She sends out Poliwag. Poliwag gets to go first and uses Water Gun on Fart the second. Succeeds. Minimal damage. Fart the second has 5 out of 12 health left. That's funny. Noble gets to go. Noble uses Astonish on Poliwag. It hits. Massive damage. Poliwag is faster though, so the flinching does not trigger. Croagunk uses Poison Sting on Noble. Hits. Minor damage. Noble is poisoned. Fart the second gets to make his last move. He has 2 out of 12 health and poisoned. Nightshade on Poliwag. It hits. Nightshade cannot be a critical hit, so critical hit does not happen. And Fart the Second faints to poison damage. Not quite, because you would have needed another 20. So you're resending out Joy Boy. Joy Boy is faster than the remaining Pokemon, so Joy Boy gets to go first. Pound on his brethren. Succeeds. Minor damage. Joy takes poison damage and has 4 out of 12 health left. Yes, there is a shiny charm in the game. There will be a shiny charm in the game. When there's a shiny charm in the game, you only need a 20. One roll of 20 will make the Pokemon shiny instead of 20 in a row. I will not make you catch every single Pokemon in order to get the shiny charm. Poliwag uses Water Gun on Krogunk. Krogunk's dry skin makes it heal to full health from the water attack. Krogunk uses Poison Sting on Noble. It hits. Noble's turn. Just how a frog goes from a tadpole to a frog or toad, sometimes you have to evolve your battle strategy too. Stunish on Krogunk. Succeeds. Basic damage. Noble has 6 health left from poison. Joy Boy gets to go. Joy Boy has 5 health. Noble has 6. Both Pokemon are poisoned. Pound on Poliwag. Succeeds. Poliwag gets hit. Poliwag falls on his butt, but gets back up. Poliwag uses Water Gun on Noble. Super effective. Noble faints from Water Gun. Croagunk uses low kick on Joy. Succeeds. Minor damage. Joy has 3 health left. Joy gets 1 more move before fainting. I think this battle is mine, Sir Pasco. Your brother taught me all there is about Pokemon battling. Maroon nods back to Pasco, smiling with satisfaction at his protege. Polly walks up to Pasco and offers her hand. She says, "You are a great opponent, though, and your Poliwag is so adorable. Are you going to have him be a Poliwrath or a Politoad?" Polly says, "I haven't decided yet. Your brother wants me to raise him to be a Poliwrath, but I think Politoad is cuter. But your brother says Poliwrath is the stronger and better Pokemon. I guess when the time comes, I'll see whether I get a Water Stone or a King's Rock first. I guess that'll be my decision." And with that, Pasco's Pokemon are healed. Pasco fought hard, but unfortunately has fallen. Next up is Jacob versus Sax on a 1 or 2. Jacob wins. 3 or 4, Sax wins. Sax beats Jacob. The finals is Polly versus Sax. On a 1 or a 2, Polly wins it. On a 3 or a 4, Sax wins it. Well, just like in Smash Brothers, Sax wins everything. Sax wins the tournament. Sax would have had shiny Cyndaquil, shiny Torkoal, and shiny. His whole team would have been shiny. Would have had Cyndaquil, Torkoal, and Pettilil. That wraps that up. We are going to end at 8:30, so we got 8 more minutes. For the rest of the thing, we'll follow Barnabas. You're still there, right, Barnabas? Not yet. You do not have that information yet, Pasco. Okay, Barnabas. So you're on the dirt, the long dirt road, uh, where a lot of the trees have been cleared out. Perception check. Come on, dice, don't do this to me now. 6. Out of the dirt, a Diglett pops up. Dig, dig, dig. Diglett is brave. You could always ask the professor, but right now I cannot tell you. Okay, so you're on your way back. You go through the cold place, through the swamp. The Wooper's still there. Through the buggy area, the scatterbug uses string shot on you again. It hits you. You get more silk added to your inventory. I got you. I have that noted, Pascal. And you finally make your way back to the Phantom. The Phantom is still there floating around aimlessly. And we'll do a perception check for Pasco downtown. You see on a bench that somebody left a backpack. Do you ignore the backpack and try to meet up with um okay, gotcha. You rolled a comfort. As you get closer to the Phantom kind of wails in sadness, flies around, does not let you touch him. Do you open the backpack? Does Pasco open the backpack? Inside the backpack, you find a trio of potions, 3 potions, 6 Pokeballs. They are empty. There are no Pokemon inside them. And then a message that says Team Fang hideout location. I'll roll to see if anybody saw you. 9. Nobody saw you. You take it all. Alright, sixth time. You now have 15 Pokeballs, 4 potions, and you now know where Team Fang's hideout is. You get there by going through the Rainbow Springs Forest. On the dirt road section where Barnabas was, there's a patch of tall grass. Having that note lets you know that you can go through that tall grass and go to the Team Fang camp. That'll be your last action for the night, Butter. You will be going back to the farm to heal up and all that. Well, all your Pokemon are healed anyway. So we'll just put you back on the farm. And Barnabas is at the entrance of Rainbow Springs. Are you doing anything else with the Phantom? This will be your last action for the night before we end. Alright, we send out Noodle. 14. Noodle talks to Phantom. The two kind of like use their Pokemon cries to each other. And then you can see a sad look on Dratini's face, on Noodle's face. And then Noodle looks to you with kind of tearful eyes. And then quickly wraps around you, hugging you like a scarf. I'm not, no raids tonight. With Noodle's tail points to the Trico. I mean, not Trico. Points to the Phantom, and then points to Barnabas, and then does like a slowly uses his tail across his throat, like signifying that Phantom used to be a trainer but was killed, and the Phantom is the trainer's spirit. We're going to end there. Um, you're not there, Pasco, yet, so you can't get it yet, but it will still be there. I promise. On our next session, the fan tub will still be there. It's not going to go away. All right, guys. Thank you for playing tonight, and everyone else, thank you for watching. We'll do the same thing we did next week. Um, if I don't have anything thing planned yet for next week as far as what the story is going to turn out to be, where we're going to move it to, but I'll think of something along the lines, and if it's anything major, I'll put it in the Discord. Other than that, thanks again. I hope you guys had a great weekend and have a good start of your week tomorrow. Take care. Bye.